Okay, time for my weekly check-in.
Cool. Later, but I think you guys got us in there.
My name is Jacob, and I'm making 365 videos in 365 days. So when I did this last week, I had, obviously, because the channel is so young, I've had a lot of different, realistically, the majority of the people watching are people I know. So I had a lot of different people with a lot of different reactions to that video when I did it. Some people say, hey, I really liked kind of how, real, I guess it was, like not played up, not anything like that. I've had a few people like, nope, that's not for me. I don't really want to see it. A couple people were like, hey, you shouldn't be maybe as vulnerable. And then some people basically just asking if I'm okay. I think I'm like any other person. You got good weeks and bad weeks. Realistically, this was a rough week for me. A lot of stuff business-wise was tough. Nothing super negative, just a lot of pressure this week. A lot of big changes with some clients. A couple projects being put on hold, which is always tough because I like getting things going. Hit some roadblocks. It was definitely a tough week in business-wise. Personal-wise, pretty good. Feeling good. Energized. I kind of took a night off. Realistically, I very much work almost every hour that I'm able to until somebody tells me to stop. And I'll give my wife credit for sure if she feels she's gonna notice I'm burnt out more than or like quicker than I do. I will keep pushing and pushing and pushing. I put in 2 16-hour days back to back, and it was rough. And she basically just said to me, hey, why don't you take a night, turn off notifications, turn off, other than the stuff that in emergency cases where, there are emergency cases with business, but general communication stuff, just turn it off and don't look at it. So I did do that. And then I actually shot one of the weed reviews. I had a bunch of people asking me like, hey, you review coffee. It's quite well known that I'm a big cannabis enthusiast. And a couple of people were like, hey, why don't you do a weed review? Like take what you know from coffee and stuff. And at first I was just doing it with cigars. I wasn't sure how the weed review thing went. Went to a local dispensary, shout out to Cannabis Supply Co. here in Windsor. Kind of talked to them about it and say, hey, obviously they're a lot more into the industry than I am, and just was like, hey, what do you think? Is there a market? Is there a lot of people doing this stuff? And specifically here in Ontario, because our cannabis industry is completely dictated by the Ontario government, the information is weird. And they were saying that on the Ontario Cannabis Board Reddit subreddit thread, there was a lot of people asking, what about this? What about that? So that was kind of all I needed to hear to get all that rolling. I decided to do it. And I think the first one went quite well. I got a lot to learn, but I'm very much looking forward to doing more of those. I've got 3 more strains to try out, 2 indicas, 1 more sativa. I'll probably do the sativa next tomorrow. And then I'll do the indicas after that because, they're going to put me to sleep more than likely. It's one in particular is like 28%. So yeah, that one in particular, I'm looking forward to, but I'm also a little concerned. Cigar's not bad. Reposado Estate Blend, Connecticut Robusto. Interesting. So probably American. I'll probably do a review on this one as well. I did enjoy doing those. I'm trying to basically just do 1 cigar a week. I am going to have to kind of restock because I've got a bunch of these and a bunch of another one, and then 1 torpedo that I have no idea what it is. And other than that, not a whole hell of a lot going on coming up this week. I don't know if I have anything planned. I did end up buying a 3D printer. I found a wicked company in Toronto called Mech Solutions. Called them up. For anybody who's interested in printer stuff, I was originally going to go with an Ender 3 V2, but chatting with this guy, he said, hey, we have an Ender 3 Max. The only real drawback to it is that the interface screen, the display screen that you work with, isn't quite as good as the new Ender 3 V2. He goes, other than that, it's got a couple of things that are really neat with it, filament runout protection. It's got a sensor on it for that. I believe one of the drive motors is fully metal as opposed to plastic, and it's a much bigger print surface. So I'm hoping to get that next weekend and then start printing with it pretty much immediately. They also threw in a Wi-Fi box, and I ended up picking up a big roll of white filament. So yeah, I'm very, very much looking forward to getting into that. So if you guys are into 3D printing, let me know what I should start printing with. I'm going to be a complete noob. I will say that Mech Solutions did help get things set up because this was a return. from Amazon, from my understanding, but there was nothing wrong with it. So they did a test print on it, didn't find any issues. So I'm hoping it's set up pretty much out of the box. What's up? Gotta love kids. Tell them, hey, need 5 minutes just to myself. This is why I take my time away in the bathroom, because no one can bug me in there. Although very often just banging on the door, asking me what's going on. So yeah, this is kind of my checkup. It's nothing crazy. Like I said, I did have a rough business week. It was stressful, a lot of projects on my plate, but overall it was good. I mean, this is going to happen. You're going to have weeks like this no matter what you do. So I try and take a little bit of time on the weekend to reset, rebuild, and get back into it. And that is what I am doing kind of this weekend. I still have work things that I need to accomplish, getting back to a few people. I think tomorrow I'm going to try working on this. I have to do the starter of my Fiesta, but I ordered a whole bunch of parts to the BMW, which is sick because I'm going to go out ice drifting with that. I'm very, very excited about that. I will see how that's going to work, if that's going to be a Piston Head Productions video, or if that's going to be one of my own. I'll probably do a vlog about going out, and then I will do a completely separate video or a similar video on Piston Head as well. This garage heater is doing an incredible job. It's -10 out, and like, obviously it's cold, but it's like, I don't know, probably 2 degrees in here. Although I'm pretty sure my son left the door open. He just came in. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Nothing crazy. I wanted to just give you guys an update because I said I would do these weekly, and I'm going to get some video out of the way, which is kind of nice. Thank you again, guys, for watching. If you do watch these videos, really appreciate it. Really appreciate the check-in. We'll see how this week goes. Let me know what content you guys are liking, what you want to see more of, less of. I think I'm supposed to go smoke a duck tomorrow. It's here. Like, I mean, I can do it whenever I want. I should go get some more charcoal, but that'll be fun. So I think tomorrow's going to be a very content-filled day, which I'm excited about. Thank you again, guys, for watching. My name's Jacob, making 365 videos in 365 days. We'll catch you tomorrow.